So as a realtor, one of the most common questions I get from home buyers all the time is, where in the Cincinnati area can I buy a home that will fit in my budget? Well, in this video, I am going to highlight 40 different cities and suburbs around the Cincinnati area and rank them from the most expensive to the least expensive. And hopefully this will help you get an understanding on where you should shop while exploring homes in Cincinnati, Ohio. Now, these are all going to be cities and townships and suburbs that are not listed within the Cincinnati city limits, so they are their own separate entities from Cincinnati, even though a lot of them might be really close to Cincinnati. And number one is going to be the village of Indian Hill. The average home value based on recent data from Zillow is around 1.5 million in Indian Hill. Honestly, this area is going to be your top 5 or 10% earners who can actually afford to live here. Indian Hill is one of the suburbs really that are really close to the Cincinnati area, right outside of Madisonville. So we are on the eastern part of Cincinnati if you're talking about Indian Hill. It is arguably the most posh and expensive place to live in the Cincinnati area. Number 2 is Terrace Park with an average home value of $697,000. This is another very upscale area near Cincinnati. You're going to be right outside of Milford, about 16 miles from Cincinnati, going really far east out there near Terrace Park. It is a really small private village of only about 2,000 people. It's also one of the toughest places to find a home because not much will pop up on the market over there in Terrace Park. By the way, if you feel like you could benefit from content like this, where we talk about all things related to Cincinnati and all things related to real estate in Cincinnati, please consider subscribing to the channel. Also, if you're in the market to buy a home in Cincy or in the Cincy suburbs, feel free to reach out to me. I'm helping people buy and sell real estate in the Cincinnati area all the time. I'm sure I can help you too. Call me, text me, shoot me an email, whatever works best for you. I got your back. You can always call Vic. Now, number 3 is Montgomery, Ohio. Montgomery comes in with an average home value of $613,000. Montgomery is about 14 miles northeast of Cincinnati, right outside of Blue Ash, also right next to the Kenwood Town Center, which is the most popular shopping mall in the Cincinnati area. Actually, it's one of the last remaining malls in Cincinnati. Malls seem to be disappearing here in Cincy. Again, Montgomery is another one of those neighborhoods with the highest earners living there. Number 4 is the village of Amberley. Amberley home values come in at $540,000. Amberley is a safe and small community of about 3,800 people. It is only about 15 miles from downtown Cincy, and it is right outside of Roselawn and on the other side of Silverton. So like a lot of suburbs on this list, Amberley has a pretty convenient location in connection to the other parts of Cincinnati. Number 5 on our list is Marymount. Marymount comes in with an average home value of $538,000. Another conveniently located area, really close to Madisonville and also close to Indian Hill, like we just mentioned. Marymount also has a direct interstate connection. If you take Wooster Pike all the way down, it will take you right into the heart of Cincinnati, which makes commuting for a lot of people very easy. Number 6 is Madeira, Ohio. Madeira has an average home value right now around $488,000. Madeira is about 12 miles from downtown Cincy, right outside of Kennedy Heights, Indian Hill, and also close to Silverton. Madeira is still on the more higher earning side as we make our way down this list, folks. Although in Madeira, you can find some homes that might fit a lower budget as well. Madeira is on the east side of Cincy, also really close to that Kenwood Town Center. Number 7 is Wyoming. The really great part about Wyoming, besides it being a really safe and beautiful community, is the location. You can get to almost anywhere in the city from Wyoming in just minutes. You can get to downtown, the Cincinnati Zoo, all the other communities around Wyoming as well. Average home value in Wyoming right now is $477,000. Number 8 is Blue Ash with an average home value of $472,000. Blue Ash has a few really great parks like Summit Park and also Blue Ash Nature Park. Blue Ash is a good ways northeast, about 16 miles from Cincy. And it's going to be in the Sycamore City School District, another really good school district of the Cincinnati area. Number 9 is Mason, Ohio. Mason is pretty well known because of Kings Island, the theme park, which is right there in Mason, up in Warren County. But aside from the theme parks, Mason also boasts one of the best school districts and best economies near Cincinnati. Average value in Mason will be around $467,000 for a home right now. Number 10 is Evendale, Ohio. Evendale is 15 minutes northeast, right before you get to Sharonville, coming in at an average value of $462,000. Number 11, Loveland, Ohio. Loveland is a really good commute away from Cincinnati, about 25 miles and roughly 30 minutes apart. Loveland is a really strong community with a home value around $412,000. Loveland Bike Trail up there is a really popular attraction for hiking and biking. Okay, with number 12, you got another pretty good commute away from Cincinnati. It is Anderson Township. Now, distance is not really the issue with Anderson. It's roughly 17 minutes from downtown Cincy. It's just the fact that you essentially have to take Route 50 in a really big loop to get to Anderson. Now, if traffic is clear, it's only about 30 minutes, but if it's backed up, it can be a lot longer than that. Nonetheless, it is a great community with an average home value of $398,000. Anderson is also where Cincinnati Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow recently bought his home. Number 13 is going to be Westchester, Ohio. Westchester has an average home value of $393,000. And I would say Westchester is a really good middle ground for home buyers. The homes aren't so expensive to where you have to be a top earner just to live there, but also has a lot of homes that fall within a lot of first-time home buyers' budgets. You can find stuff for $275, $300, $350. You get a range of options in Westchester, and there's a ton of stuff to do up there, which is why it's a very popular suburb near Cincy, and it's only about 25 minutes from downtown. Number 14, Glendale, Ohio. Right outside of Springdale and Evendale, 18 miles away from Cincinnati, Glendale comes in with an average home value of $391,000. Glendale is one of the most scenic cities on this list, really close to the famous Glenview Golf Course, as well as Trillium Trails, which is a wildflower reserve. Number 15, Lebanon, Ohio. Lebanon is definitely considered a city in of itself with over 20,000 residents and an average home value of $374,000. It is located in Warren County, about 40 minutes and over 30 miles outside of Cincinnati. So that is a pretty good commute away. Number 16 is Liberty Township, coming in at an average home value around $337,000. Liberty is really unique in that it shares a lot of stuff with Westchester, which we just mentioned. They both share a border with each other. They share a school district, and a lot of times they share the Liberty Center, which is one of the biggest shopping and entertainment multi-use spaces in the Cincinnati area. Number 17 is Milford, Ohio. Milford right now has an average home value at $311,000. Milford is about 25 miles away from inner city Cincinnati, right outside of Terrace Park. Pretty good ways from Cincy. In fact, all of the area out here, when you get that far northeast, is getting outside of the metro areas of Cincinnati. Number 18 is Harrison, Ohio. Harrison on the outside of the west side of Ohio, about 23 miles northwest in Hamilton County. Average home value in Harrison right now is $296,000. Harrison has very scenic surroundings, and it also has one of the best of the great parks of Hamilton County, which is Miami Whitewater Forest. Number 19 is Green Township. Green Township is a suburb on the west side of Cincinnati, not far from Cheviot and also really close to Westwood. Green Township comes in with an average value at $280,000 and is one of the fastest selling suburbs for homes going on the market, mainly because of the affordability of the homes and the quality of the neighborhood as well. Number 20 is Hamilton, Ohio, with an average home value of $280,000. Hamilton is definitely considered a city located out in Butler County, about 33 miles north. Really a straight shot to get to Hamilton and clear traffic. It's probably about 40 minutes. With a little congestion, it could easily take you an hour to get there or longer. Hamilton has over 62,000 residents with their own courthouses and city halls and everything a small city might need. Number 21 is Sharonville. Sharonville is a really tough place to find a home. The houses go on and off the market really fast in Sharonville, which has an average home value at $267,000. They also have one of the most popular and diverse school districts in that Princeton City School District. Number 22 is Fairfield. Fairfield is north, about 27 miles away from Cincinnati. It's actually only about 8 miles shy of Hamilton. Fairfield is another area where houses sell pretty fast. Average home value in Fairfield right now is $265,000. Number 23, Delhi Township. Delhi is going to be on the west side of the Cincinnati area, right outside the Price Hill area. Surprisingly, Price Hill is known to be a pretty rough area of Cincinnati, yet Delhi is one of the most desirable suburbs in Cincinnati area, right next to it, with an average home value at $265,000. Number 24, Deer Park, which is right outside of Silverton and not far from the village of Amberley. Deer Park has an average home value at $250,000. It is a really small community with just over 2,000 residents, and in Deer Park you can find some of the most moderately sized homes in the Cincy area, which is good for the conservative and first-time buyer. Number 25 is the village of Silverton, Ohio. Another area you can find a very moderately priced and moderately sized home that's also not far from the city. Average homes in Silverton come in at $248,000. Number 26 is Norwood. Norwood is very unique because it is surrounded by several Cincinnati neighborhoods like Bond Hill, Pleasant Ridge, and Oakley. Yet it is zoned as its own city with an average home value of $240,000. Norwood is really popular for student housing and gets a lot of college traffic, being really close to Xavier University right there. Number 27, Middletown, Ohio. Middletown is a city with about 50,000 residents, located about 40 miles north of Cincinnati, Ohio. So it is easily an hour or more drive away. I think Middletown is the furthest distance from Cincinnati than any area on this list. If you go any further north than Middletown, then you'll be in the Dayton, Ohio area. Average homes in Middletown, $240,000. Number 28 is Springfield Township. Oftentimes associated with the area of Finneytown, Springfield Township is a really good sized township with 36,000 residents and an average home value at $234,000. Not the best school district, being that most of the area is going to be in that Winton Woods school district, which is probably average. Some would probably consider it below average, but it is really close to arguably the best park in the Cincinnati area, which is Winton Woods Park. Number 29 is Colerain Township, coming in at $232,000. Colerain has close to 60,000 residents, so it's a pretty good sized suburb. The nice thing about Colerain is that you can find almost every size and every price home. Is a very big range, which makes it a hot spot for many first-time buyers and people on budgets, especially people looking for stuff at $250,000 or below. Number 30 is Forest Park, which is about 17 miles north of Cincinnati. A lot of Forest Park falls in that Winton Woods school district, meaning it shares the same school district with the folks over in Springfield Township. Forest Park average home value $231,000. 31 is Springdale, Ohio. Springdale comes in at an average $226,000. And Springdale is one of the fastest selling markets, neighboring the city of Sharonville and sharing that very desirable Princeton City School District with them. Number 32, Reading, Ohio. Reading, Ohio is right outside of Lockland, about 12 miles from downtown Cincy. Reading has an average value at $224,000. 33 is Green Hills. Green Hills is a protected historical district of Hamilton County with an average home value at $220,000. You'll find much older builds and older houses in Green Hills, but they are very desirable. It's a very sought after community, really close to Winton Woods Park, so a lot of green space over near Green Hills. 34 is St. Bernard, a small village really close to the inner city Cincinnati area. In fact, you're just a hop and a skip away from Avondale and the public housing project of Winton Terrace. But ironically, St. Bernard is surprisingly safe and has a pretty steady property growth with an average home value at $201,000. 35 is Mount Healthy. Mount Healthy is 10 miles from Cincy. A very affordable place, which attracts a lot of younger first-time buyers in my experience. Average home value is $191,000 in Mount Healthy right now. Number 36 is Cheviot, Ohio, which is much closer to inner city Cincinnati, right outside of Price Hill and also Delhi. Cheviot, I believe, is the only neighborhood on this list that is a town separate from Cincinnati but does not have its own unique school district. Cheviot shares the Cincinnati Public School District with the Cincinnati residents, which is really different. Most independent towns or independent cities have their own special school district, but not Cheviot. And the average home price in Cheviot is around $181,000. Number 37 is Woodlawn. Woodlawn is about 15 miles from Cincinnati, right outside of Lincoln Heights and Glendale. coming in at $180,000 on the average home value, and a lot of potential for growth in that Woodlawn area, which has gained a lot of interest in the last few years. Number 38, North College Hill. Not regular College Hill, which is a Cincinnati neighborhood, but North College Hill. They are different. North College Hill has some of the oldest and most historical homes in the Cincinnati area, and they are in demand, just like this neighborhood. North College Hill comes in at $173,000 on the average home value. Number 39 is Laughlin. Laughlin is a small town right outside of Wyoming with a population around 3,400 people. Laughlin is known to be a really industrial type of area. If you do choose to be over here, just know that a lot of railroads and industrial businesses located near Laughlin, which has an average home value at $155,000. And if you are familiar with Cincinnati, number 40 on the list might surprise you. It is Lincoln Heights. Now, Lincoln Heights has been through the fire and is going through a rebuild stage right now. I personally think it has a ton of potential because it is in that Princeton City School District, which is very desirable. So with the right development opportunities, it could really be transformed into a thriving neighborhood, but it is still pretty rough and needs some work. Average home value in Lincoln Heights is $103,000. So if you are home shopping in Cincinnati, I really hope this helps you understand the types of options you have in the Cincinnati area. Feel free to reach out to me if you're thinking about buying in Cincinnati and you want to discuss the process. I'm always hoping to have a conversation with you. If you want to watch more cool videos like this one where we break down and talk about different areas in Cincinnati, check out these videos right here. I will see you in the next video. And remember, when it comes to houses in Cincinnati, you can always call Vic.